you be frustrated for the rest of your life. When you set out to build a house, you get the drawings out, get the approvals out. One of the most critical parts of the entire project, it looks small, but it's not as small as you think it is, what they call setting out. And they have to get it right. You have to get that right. You can't get the entire process right when the setting out is faulty. Because the drawings are one, but what the setting out does is being able to take the drawings and put them on the real ground. Correct? And if you get that wrong, you will get everything else wrong. This year is the year of answers, and there is a setting out. You must set out to get the answers. And if you set out to be less than what you are capable of, don't get shocked when you are frustrated. Therefore, the believer must set out ab initio to maximize everything that opportunity has afforded you. There's something about positioning. And there is a certain utility that is of the U.S., is a U.S. utility, the GPS. They call it a global positioning system. And it's an interpolation of activities of satellites, computers, that can almost tell exactly where somebody is with the exact coordinates of the latitude and longitude without missing, to the very minutes. This is what they use. The drone can take out most of these Al-Qaeda leaders because they can pin to the point where you are. Ladies and gentlemen, the moon doesn't shine. It doesn't have light of itself. But what you see at night, that you call it a full moon, is nothing but what the moon has received from the sun that is emitting on the side of the earth that you find yourself. So of himself, he doesn't have his own light. But because of his positioning, somebody say positioning. And it determines, you see, it sometimes is not it's not because the moon is growing. So when you have a new moon, it looks like a crest. A few days later, you have a half moon. Then you get a three-quarter moon. Then you get a full moon. It doesn't imply that the moon is growing. It's just that it keeps changing its position. And the more it changes, the more it gets. And after a while, it starts to lose it. So that means you are only as bright as you are positioned. And there are different kinds of positioning. Psalm 1 says to us, blessed is the man that what? Walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stand in the way of sinners, nor sits in the seat of a scornful. So there is a working, there is a standing, there is a sitting. And these are different positions. And there are things you can do when you are working. There are things you can do when you are standing. There are things you can do and when you are sitting. Blessed is the man that walketh not. There are some things that won't happen till you move. Then he says, that doesn't stand in the way. Where you are going is very key to how you will end. The Bible said there's a way that seemeth right to a man, but the end thereof is not pleasant. And then there are times the position doesn't have you making movement, but just learning to sit. Now the wisdom to know when it's time to sit, when it's time to walk, when it's time to stand. You have to know this. I'm going to deal on this, maybe subsequent deals. You have to, number one, position to receive. Acts chapter 3. They go to the temple at the hour of prayer. And they meet him, look on us. And the Bible says he looked unto them expecting to receive something. You have to be positioned in a way to receive. Now, in elementary school or in the early years of our learning, we had this lesson on photosynthesis of plants. And whatever things they were always direction starts to gravitate towards where the light is coming. Because if it doesn't receive the light, position to receive. It's not there is no sunlight, but is